everyone. I think we have come from several countries in Kamphong region. This session will be. I like to everyone to speak briefly. So this session will be consist of our new adventure. I must say, the young farmer who are the future of our food system in the region. And what we are going to discuss this morning from our speaker from Cambodia, from Myanmar, and from Thailand is about how they have been doing in terms of practicing, in terms of developing the food system, the production system on the agroecology system, and how have they been facing challenges in their practicing. But we before we go into our young farmer conference, we will start with our senior senior activist. I must say, he's agriculturalist and also activist working in Thailand for more than 30 years. Challenges. To start with his speech, what he would like to talk to us as the young farmer who are listening also here in this session. So I will not introduce everyone at the same time, but we would like to welcome Ubon Yoowah first. He worked as the coordinator of alternative agriculture in the northeastern part of Thailand, but he's also our mentor in every farmers in every region. And now Ubon is stay back home, also practicing farming and also still working as the activist to help the movement in Thailand. Please, Ubon, the floor is yours.
Good morning, brothers and sisters.
ไม่ได้พูดไปเลยได้ใช่ไหมจึงหยุดเป็นระยะใช่ไหมผมไม่ได้ยินเสียงคนแปลเนาะ
Good morning, brothers and sisters.
ใช่ไหมที่ต้องได้ยินด้วยเหรอ
ไม่ต้องได้ยินก็ได้ครับ
ขอโทษค่ะที่ว่าช่วงที่พี่อุบลพูดทุกคนที่จะฟังภาษาอังกฤษต้องคลิกช่องภาษาอังกฤษ
โอเคเป็น simultaneous สิถ้าอย่างนั้น
ไม่อย่างนั้นก็ต้องปิดระบบต้องให้เหมียวให้ล่ามเข้ามาแปลในนี้ใช่ถ้าเป็น consecutive เนาะ
ถ้างั้นพี่บอลต้องพยายามโอเคค่ะ
ให้ผมพูดไปเลยไหมครับผมครับ
ค่ะพูดไปเลยครับเดี๋ยวมีปัญหา
ครับสวัสดีน้องๆนักทุกท่านนะครับผม
Good morning, brothers and sisters, our young agriculturalists and also participants. As a senior agriculturalist, I would like to encourage you who would like to go to work in your area, in your farms, and I think you are a pioneer in these regions. I believe that the value in Thai, Cambodia and Myanmar, they value the people who receive education and they work in a high-paying income or work as a government officials. I think this is the common value in the regions. However, there are young agriculturalists who commit to work in their own area. I think you are the pioneer for a new journey. And of course, for pioneers, you will face a lot of difficulties comparing to the people who follow you. However, the pioneers are people who start the new value and create the new model. And of course, when you pioneer doing something, you crash with the old value system. You graduate, you have a degree, you have a bachelor degree, you work in the companies, and now you return. And now people will say, label you as the loser, a loser. That was an old value. Now you crash with this set of old value system in your communities. However, after I met with young farmers, many people have already overcome this value system, which is very commendable for them. It's not that you are loser for the generation that my generation may label you. You have defined the new quality of life. You have defined the quality of life and health of your children. Rather than working in industrial area, your children have been sick. But when you live in Mahasarakham, your children are strong and healthy. That is the new definition that you have chosen. You have chosen your own success. It's not just like trying to blindly follow and chase the money in the corporate system. After the COVID, there are people in the local areas
ต้องบอกให้
that
ภู
go
มิ
back to the northern area, and over 300 people in Thailand decided
คนที่
not
ภา
to
ษาอังกฤษ
return
ทุกคนจะอยู่หน้า
to
จอเดียวกันหมด
the your
คอนเซ็ปต์
the industry.
คือตรงนี้ต้อง
This
ติ
is
ด บอก
this
ครู
is
ว่า
one thing, right?
เราก็บอก
That
ที่
is
แต่ว่า
the value system that
แต่
we
ที่
have
ควรตอนเนี้ย
created.
อาจจะต้องปล่อยเป็น
Secondly,
แต่ว่า
you
คนอื่น
have
ตอน
to
เนี้ยคนถัดไป
define the new
ต้อง
value
ให้ทุกคนปิด
for
ระบบ
the
การแปลแล้วใช้ช่อง
regions.
ช่องรวมช่องเดียวกัน
ใช่
อืมเนาะคิดว่าอันเนี้ยถูกละ
แต่ว่าของพี่มันต้องปล่อยใช่ไหม
ปล่อยละเพราะว่าแกพูดเสร็จแล้วค่ะ
ใครจะเป็น
พี่
คนบอกอันนั้นเอง
จัดการให้
In this
พอพูดกันคนไม่
regions.
ผิด
And secondly,
เสียงให้ใช้
there are new production system, new manufacturing system that you have practiced, which is different than what your parents have been doing. When you return to your farm, you're not going to do the same as your parents. Some people use data, some people use technologies, and also the new marketing system. I think this is a new connecting point for the younger generation. That you have connected the previous production model from your parents' generation plus technologies. And you also improve how we process agricultural produce.
บอกเนี่ยปรับปรุงมาได้เยอะนึกชิมวยนึงใจเป็นเชียร์
And
นึงแต่ใบ
this is how you have helped with the new system of marketing. This is what's happening this day. You link the original system to new production. And we want younger generation, we want younger people who knows and use technologies. They probably want resources, for example, technologies, upskilling, reskilling, and financial resources or microloan. This will create confidence and also make sure that you can create a strong economy, new jobs. You create jobs and generate income for the people in the communities, and also help people in the community who have income and employment. So this will make the elderly people accept and respect you. For the case of Thailand, currently I live in Yasothon, a small province. There are 3,000 people born in a year, and about 5,000 people die in a year. So how this happen? Like Thailand is going to have to create a new policy to support people to have more births, because we are going to have decreasing birth rate. In the future, I think the government will support the people who have more children, because overall the number of population is decreasing. And for the people who are not married, please get married. And people who get married, please have children or more children in order that we do not have decreasing income. I would like to support all of you. You are building a new value in the society. You are creating a new production system, the new economic system for the local community. You are going to interact with your consumer and the new market. So when you are starting this process, I know it's going to be difficult for you, and networking can help support you, can help build your confidence. Thank you very much. So that will be the end of my presentation. Thank you.
อยู่กับพี่บนมา
ไม่รู้ว่าพี่น้องได้ยินผมทั่วกันหรือเปล่า
I hope you can hear me well.
I think at the very starting, I think Ubon has made a very important point. That is the effort that the young farmer in the region is trying to do is the pioneer. And it's a big thing not to change practicing in terms of we change the way of production, the way of the technology in terms of technology of production, and differently from the parents been doing. But what they try to do is to change the value. And I think another main point is it's not easy at all. It's really difficult because what they are trying to do is not only changing the value but also the building economy actually at the from the bottom, from the local level under very difficult situation. So that is the some point that I got from people speaking. I saw someone waving. I'm not sure that the floor is open now. I think we should go to listen to our speakers to share under this topic. How could you work through struggling through all these difficulties and make your dream possible to change the way of life? So we will start with maybe from inside the country. So I would like to start with Wang from Wang district. He's now have, I think, 3 children. One is with him this morning. Okay, Zach, the floor is yours.
สวัสดีครับ
Oh, fruit salad back there.
ผม
Good morning. After I returned to my hometown for 20 years, I think almost 20 years, I have learned a lot, especially I've learned from my ancestors and what they did in the past. In my village, I'm the 6th or the 7th generation of agriculturists. And what they have been doing is the key for me to live in this area. And I can say that I am proud to be the members of the community and a culturalist. And I am content. I'm very contented that I have returned home for 20 years. And what I would like to share is what I would like to share is a short presentation. And you can Can I have a permission to share the screen, please?
ได้นะฮะถ้าไม่ได้ก็ไม่เป็นไรก็รอบ
Okay, otherwise not okay. It's okay. I can just like tell my stories.
แชร์สกรีนไม่ได้ ก็นี่ฮะคือผมเป็นชนเผ่าปากยอใช่ไหมเวลากลับบ้านมาเนี่ย
I am from Karen ethnic
หรือว่ากะเหรี่ยงไม่ได้มีวิถี
and
วิถีชีวิตที่ผูกอยู่
the ethnic group
ค้าขายที่ใช้เงิน
have not used money in their exchange.
ที่ผูกอยู่กับระบบ
However, we use bartering system.
ความเชื่อดั้งเดิมเนี่ยค่อนข้างที่จะ
have not
And in the previous
money
belief,
in that exchange.
ค่อนข้างจะ
However,
we used to like exchange and use the bartering and exchanging.
ใช้แรงจากคนนั้น
And we help each other. So for example, in farming, we do like group farming.
bartering and exchanging,
เราก็ไปเกี่ยวข้องด้วยกัน
and we help each other.
แล้วก็มาวันนี้ต่อซึ่งระบบเนี่ยมันค่อนข้างจะดำรงอยู่มายาวนานแล้วก็มันค่อนข้างจะทำให้
The system have been used for a long time and it help with the harvesting or planting
สำเร็จด้วยความเป็น
with
ตัวของ
our
คนเดียวแต่ว่า
collaboration from the groups.
ทั้งชุมชน
So we help each other in the communities. I think this is an important thing that I have learned
แล้วพอ
in the communities.
เวลายุคสมัยมันเปลี่ยนไปเนี่ยปรากฏว่าโลกของ globalization หรือว่าทุนนิยมมันเข้ามามีอิทธิพลกับชุมชน
After that, globalization invade our community during the past 20 years.
วิถีชีวิต
And I've seen the changes in the communities among like children. They were in the formal education system and the family that used to live
มันกลับกลายว่าเราสูญเสียแรงงานที่จะกลับมาทำการเกษตรต่อไป
in
แล้วเรา
the community agricultural system. We have lost children to the education system and we have to pay to support our, let's say like farmers who live the communities and also get their own education system.
มันทำให้เกิดการขาดการเชื่อมต่อ
So there was a gap in connecting the people with the
ว่าเอ๊ะ
agricultural
พอเรียนไป
agricultural system.
ข้างนอกก็ยาก
And people would just say like, hey, they finish their education. They cannot compete with people from outside of the companies. And
ผมโชคดีอย่างที่ครอบครัวเนี่ย
after that,
ได้
they
ครอบครัว
cannot
ที่เหมือนกับว่า
both go to the new way of life and cannot go to the old way of life. My family did not push for the children to study because we need to spend a lot of money, you know, like we need to spend a lot of money. I have to spend a lot of money in the education. I have to support myself and it's so difficult. So I decided to give up education entirely. By working with the elderly, starting from planting rice, the irrigation, and also the rituals in agriculture, I understand my word that enable people to live in the area to be happy. We don't need to compete with anyone, and the community is kind toward each other. This is something that I have learned and touched when I was agriculturalist. I like agriculturalist, and being agriculturalist, I like farming in my traditional way of life. And of course, I learned about the resources in my communities. For example, knowledge, local wisdom, natural resources. We have rivers, we have land, we have forests. That are our teachers, that are our trainers, and that supports the agriculturalist either to grow to support their livelihood, and I can see that, oh, we now have the futures, right? If we don't have existing knowledge and existing local wisdom, it's going to be difficult to start an agricultural project. When I reconnect with existing wisdom and knowledge, then that could be an important resources. And we have the stream, and the well, the front stream and the back stream. The front stream is the future in which you don't know, and we can never know whether we have that resources. And we have the back well, which is the knowledge and the wisdom from the past. So we can have two support on 2 feet. That would be like the local saying that would say like, I can stand on my 2 feet. Everything have more direction. Farmers have more confidence. And we will not fall easily.
ที่ผมกลับมาตรงนี้ครับตอนนี้ก็คือ10 ปีเนี่ยผมก็เริ่มทำการแปรรูป
During the past 10 years,
โดยเฉพาะเรื่องของกาแฟ
I start
ทำการตลาดเนี่ย
food processing and marketing. And I see that our marketing has been doing well.
แล้วก็โดยเฉพาะตอนที่
I have enough food to support my family. And during the COVID, I feel that I have not been affected by COVID at all. So during the past 20 years, I have built the resources to absorb the shock from COVID. I can also help other people as well. So I think I am on the right track, but I still have to keep learning.
ที่สำคัญกว่าคือว่าเวลาเราพูดถึงต้นทุนณปัจจุบันนี้นะฮะต้นทุนทางด้านทรัพยากรธรรมชาติ
One of the most important challenge
ซึ่งมันมีการ
is the natural resource, community resource,
เราจะเห็น
and local wisdom.
มันกำลังถูกทำลาย
You can see that some of the
นิยมขนาดใหญ่เช่นเวลาเรา
resources have been destroyed, for example, by capitalists and capitalism who manage the water resource, who manage the river to build hydropower dam. What about the forest? Who manage the forest, who use the forest in order to create profit-seeking businesses and industry, then electricities and forests. People are being divided into different groups, and this public resource have been used for profit-seeking to a certain group of people or certain group of companies. As a younger farmer, I think if you do not understand this point, you are going to stay in your own corners and you're not going to see the bird eye views, and the resources will be taken away, will be like deprived from us. And this is the common issue for young farmers and also older farmers. I think this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Kamphong. I would like to ask a little question, because I haven't heard quite clear about how you do marketing. I think this point is really a very important point that everyone is been struggling, and how you get your produce marketed. So somehow maybe the distance, also the problem, the brand, or the how to say, get people know about it. Your produce is also a problem. A little bit. The brand or more information.
คือพอเรากลับบ้านใช่ไหมครับก็คือมันเหมือนกับว่า
When I go back to my
เราเริ่มที่
communities,
จะรู้สึ
I
กว่า
think that
เราน่าจะสร้างเพราะว่า
we should
ในขณะที่เรา
do something
ปฏิเสธเราเรียกว่าปฏิเสธการ
because
ค้าการขายไม่ได้
of course we cannot reject
เราน่าจะสร้าง
trade, buying and selling, but I have to think like what I have to sell. Because at the same time, if I cannot generate the income, then how can I pay for the petrol? How can I pay for my telephone bill? Right? And there are resources in the community. For example, rice and fruit. We have about 70, 80 kind of produce. But what are you going to sell? What are you going to market? Because it's going to be difficult. You have to prepare for the risk that come from marketing. And I find one of the product which is like in need of the market, and it can also be processed. You can keep it for next year, and you don't need to keep it like harvest and sell it right away. And the Pagayor current have the knowledge of like the lazy person. So that is the identity of my brand, like lazy person. The world usually treat the lazy person as a negative thing, but for the local ethnic people and indigenous, their life is tied to laziness. That is probably like one of the common things. They are lazy to collect, they are lazy to destroy the natural resources, they are lazy to, like spend. So that would be one of the common issue for the people, the ethnic people, to utilize the natural resource and preserve biodiversity by being labeled as like the modern people as like lazy. And I'm going to do like coffee in a lazy way. If I am lazy but I have the natural resources, then people have to learn from me. That was the starting point. I have lazy people's coffee. There are many people who share the same idea, like the people from like Japan, England, and probably like the UK and other group of people. They are interested in, like lazy people's coffee. And they do like the documentaries of like why the current people, like are interested in doing coffee. So our brand is like slow down for Earth. There are people who are not lazy, who are kind of like dedicated, and that create a lot of damage to the world. Then that was the selling point. And of course, like there are a group of consumers who follow these ideas. And I don't even have enough coffee for them, for what they would like to kind of like market. And in the past, I think I export to like Japan. Currently, I don't have enough supply of coffees. I don't my coffee is low in qualities, but in quantities, I don't have enough coffee. But what I would like to sell is the idea of the current culture to create this story of slow down coffee.
Thank you. I think people will not get that wrong, no? About talking about lazy. I think that the main point is no exploitative production, no rush to use the overcapacity of the natural resources around him. And very interesting story in terms of the backup of the brand. Like this is a copy from the slow life, non-exploitative to the national forest. And it's interesting. I think we could discuss further in detail. We visit him how he get his message across to the consumer. And I think the one important thing is what he mentioned is how to choose the champion products that could raise income. Not everything that you grow could be sold in the market. But you can choose the thing that is, how to say, long harvest, can be not going to the market as soon as they get off the soil, something like that. So you have to really look at the condition around you and choose what you can raise the income from that produce. I think that's the important point, interesting point to learn. Okay, we will move on. Will open the floor later, all the speaker finish the talk. We will move on to Cambodia. So from the north of Thailand, go to the west, and go to the east, and then we go back to the north again in Myanmar. Okay, please, Phann, and you done the floor is yours.
ចឹងបងអាចចាប់ដើម So okay, we will speak English too. Okay. Some greeting from Cambodia. ណាបង ចំពោះខ្ញុំជាយុវជននៅក្នុងប្រទេសខ្មែរកាលពីដើមឡើងខ្ញុំរៀបចំទី12ខ្ញុំសង្កេតឃើញថាប្រជាជននៅក្នុងភូមិខ្ញុំហ្នឹងគាត់មិនមានចំណាក់ស្រុកទេហើយការហូបចុកឬក៏ចាស់ចាស់បារាំងហ្នឹងគាត់អាស្រ័យផលទៅលើការងារកសិកម្មខ្លីៗបងបាទ Okay, like for me after I graduate the grade 12 I noticed that there are not many people in my village are migrating. I mean, migrate to work outside the country or like to the capital city. But recently we see that many people are keep migrating for finding work to do. Yeah. ហើយពួកគាត់ដែលនៅក្នុងគ្រួសារហ្នឹងគាត់នៅជួបជុំគ្នាអត់មានការចំណាក់ស្រុកទៅឆ្ងាយមានន័យថាធ្វើការនៅជុំគ្នាមានជាការយកដៃប្រវាស់គ្នាហើយជីវភាពពួកគាត់គឺមិនមានបំណុល And in the past people are just living together and one family are helping hand in other family especially they are not falling into the indebtedness. Yeah. ប៉ុន្តែបច្ចុប្បន្ននេះខ្ញុំសង្កេតឃើញថាមិនថានៅក្នុងគ្រួសារឬក៏យុវជនភាគច្រើនមានការចំណាក់ស្រុកអ្នកខ្លះទៅក៏មានលទ្ធភាពទៅរៀននៅទីក្រុងហើយដូច្នេះធ្វើឲ្យពួកគាត់នឹងបោះបង់ការដាំដំណាំបែបធម្មជាតិឬក៏កសិកម្មនៅក្នុងមូលដ្ឋាន So recently I can see many young people keep migrating in order to find job to do and some they are able to afford income and improve themselves for learning but the most importantly they are like giving up the agricultural work no longer interest in agriculture. Yeah. ខ្ញុំឃើញចំណុចនេះហើយបើខ្ញុំចាប់ដើមងាកមកធ្វើកសិកម្មក្នុងគ្រួសារដោយអនុវត្តជាមួយនឹងឪពុកម្ដាយខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់បងស្រីខ្ញុំហើយខ្ញុំចាប់ដើមសិក្សាពីកសិកម្មដោយមិនចំណាយដើមទុនយើងថា So based on this observation, I am starting the agroecology with my parents by like promoting the agroecology farming practice without spending any money. Yeah. ហើយចាប់ផ្ដើមនោះក៏យើងចាប់ផ្ដើមមុនដំបូងគឺយើងមានការដាំបន្លែដោយធម្មជាតិថាមានយើងអាចរកវត្ថុធាតុដើមសម្រាប់ធ្វើជីឬក៏ធ្វើជីកប៉ុស្តិ៍ឬក៏ថ្នាំហ្នឹងនៅក្នុងមូលដ្ឋាนយើង So we okay so we like first we are starting growing vegetable by like making our own compost or liquid fertilizer and other like a biopesticide by our own especially by collecting the existing resources in our village and community ហើយ បន្ទាប់មកទៅក៏យើងមានការចាប់អារម្មណ៍ថានៅពេលដែលយើងធ្វើទៅបន្លែហ្នឹងពេលដែលបន្លែយើងបានហើយយើងមិនអាចទៅគួតគេប្រជែងជាមួយទីផ្សារបានទេដោយសារយើងជាបន្លែមួយធម្មជាតិយើងមិនបានទៅទីផ្សារផងដូច្នេះក៏មានការចាប់អារម្មណ៍ថាការដែលធ្វើហ្នឹងគឺយើងត្រូវមានការចិញ្ចឹមសត្វបន្ថែមហើយមានការធ្វើជាដំណាំស្រូវ ហើយមានដំណាំថាជាចម្រុះនៅលើដីតូចប៉ុន្តែឲ្យបានហូបគ្រប់គ្រាន់ពេញមួយឆ្នាំ
So over like a living, we are not like a growing to compete with the vegetable from outside. So we just start like a growing for having our own enough food to eat first and then selling a little bit. So in order to like scale up or boost up our income, so we start like raising chicken or raising other animal, and then we are expanding our farming system to rice field and growing some like a fruit tree in order to get many small source of income to improve our family living.
បន្ទាប់ពីបានធ្វើកសកម្មធម្មជាតិដោយយើងប្រើវត្ថុធាតុដើមក្នុងមូលដ្ឋានយើងក្នុងស្រុកយើងខ្ញុំបានសាកល្បងប្រើទៅលើដំណាំស្រូវឃើញថាវាមានការប្រែប្រួលខ្លាំងហើយក៏បានចែកម្លែកបទពិសោធន៍ដែលខ្ញុំបានអនុវត្តដែលបានរៀនកន្លងពីចាស់ទុំផងហើយនៅយើងបានទៅទស្សនកិច្ចផ្សេងៗខ្ញុំបានចែកម្លែកទៅដល់កសិករផ្សេងៗដែលគាត់ចាប់អារម្មណ៍នឹងការងារកសិកម្មឬក៏ការប្រើប្រាស់ដោយធម្មជាតិ
So by practicing agroecology, we are applying the technique, especially like compost and liquid fertilizer to the rice farming system, and we can see a lot of like a good impact, meaning like a rice field are growing healthy and give a lot of like a productivity, and at the same time I has been like sharing this kind of knowledge to our community member, you know, for adapting this kind of practice. Yeah.
ពេលខ្លះខ្ញុំគិតថាទោះជាបីគ្រួសារសមាជិកនៅក្នុងសហគមន៍ដែលគាត់បានចំណាក់ស្រុកទៅធ្វើការនៅភ្នំពេញឬក៏ទៅរៀននៅទីក្រុងទៅប៉ុន្តែគ្រួសាររបស់គាត់ដូចជាឪពុកម្ដាយឬក៏សមាជិកដែលនៅមូលដ្ឋានហ្នឹងគាត់មានការងារធ្វើដែលដោយមានការដាំដុះដូចថាយើងកាត់បន្ថយការចំណាយទៅលើផលិតផលអ្វីដែលយើងមិនគួរចំណាយហើយណាមួយទៀតធ្វើឲ្យមានការចូលរួមមួយគឺថាមានការសាមគ្គីរវាងសមាជិកនិងគ្រួសារផងដែរ
So why we are sharing agroecology to the community member, even those that their children or their family member are migrating to work in Phnom Penh or elsewhere, but their family still need something to eat. So by practicing agroecology, they are having enough food to eat and reuse the money for buying food from outside. And most importantly, people are building the strong relationship or united among each other.
ប៉ុន្តែក្នុងការអនុវត្តកន្លងមកចំពោះខ្ញុំនឹងខាងប្រជាពលរដ្ឋដែលខ្ញុំបានចែកម្លែកហ្នឹងមានបញ្ហាខ្លះដែលយើងមិនសូវបានចាប់អារម្មណ៍ច្រើនដូចជាប្រភេទដំណាំហ្នឹងមានការបំរែបំរួលអាកាសធាតុទៅធ្វើឲ្យដំណាំយើងប្រឈមដែលយើងអត់បានថាចាប់អារម្មណ៍ឬក៏ស្វែងយល់ល្មិចដើម្បីឲ្យដំណាំហ្នឹងមិនថាបានល្អដោយសារមានបញ្ហាខ្លះទៅឆ្នាំខ្លះទៅល្អប៉ុន្តែឆ្នាំខ្លះប៉ុន្តែជាមានបញ្ហារូបឬក៏សត្វខ្លាញ់ច្រើន
By sharing my experience and knowledge to others, we still have some challenges. Like some year, we are facing with the climate change, so that it causes the disease and the pest destroy the vegetable. Yeah, and as the like a local farmer, we are not able to like address or solve this kind of problem.
បញ្ហាទាំងនោះក៏យើងបានកំពុងតែពិភាក្សាគ្នាផ្ដោះដូរបទពិសោធន៍គ្នាដូចថាគ្រួសារគាត់ទៅបានអនុវត្តនៅវិធីសាស្ត្រផ្សេងមួយគ្រួសារខ្ញុំបានអនុវត្តវិធីសាស្ត្រផ្សេងមួយទៅយើងចាប់ដើមអភិសោតផ្លាស់ប្ដូរបទពិសោធន៍ទៅគ្នាការចែកម្លែកដល់ពេលដែលបានលទ្ធផលយើងបានធ្វើការជួបជុំគ្នានិយាយពីបញ្ហារួមទៅគ្នា
So by addressing this problem, we are calling our member to sharing the knowledge and the practice. Like this family apply this kind of method or technique for addressing the problem. Other family using this kind of technique, and then when we are like sharing back and forth with each other, we use this kind of like a technique that we think that appropriate, and then test with our farming again. Yeah.
នៅពេលដែលយើងធ្វើហ្នឹងគឺយើងពួកគាត់ពីមុនគាត់តែនិយាយថានៅពេលដែលធ្វើហ្នឹងគាត់មិនមានថវិកាចំនួនចូលសម្រាប់គ្រួសារសម្រាប់ដោះទាល់បញ្ហាជីវភាពទេប៉ុន្តែដល់ពេលចាប់យើងដែលខ្ញុំលើកទឹកចិត្តឲ្យគាត់ចាប់ដើមធ្វើហ្នឹងគាត់ចាប់ដើមមានការហូបចុកមួយទាញចេញពីអ្វីដែលគាត់បានដាំហ្នឹងហើយធ្វើឲ្យគាត់បានចំណូលបន្តិចបន្តិចជាប្រចាំថ្ងៃលើកលែងថាខុសពីមុនដែលគាត់អត់មានចំណូលសោះប៉ុន្តែមានតែចំណាយ
So at the beginning, for practicing agroecology, it seemed impossible. But by provide the training and like making the strong commitment together, we feel like those family who are practicing it, they have like a vegetable or chicken, for eating and for selling, and they can earn extra income to like at least have some money to solve some problem for their daily life.
ហើយបន្ទាប់មកក៏យើងមានការធ្វើកម្មវិធីមួយដូចជាកន្លងមកយើងមានការដោះដូរពូជក្នុងស្រុកដែលគាត់បានរក្សាទុកយើងបានរក្សាទុកបានចែកម្លែកគ្នានឹងក៏យើងធ្វើការជាមួយនឹងពួកគាត់ដោះស្រាយបញ្ហាជារឿយប៉ុន្តែក្នុងការអនុវត្តនឹងតែមានបញ្ហាប្រឈមថ្មីដែលយើងមិនទាន់ថាមិនដឹងមុនណាអញ្ចឹងប៉ុណ្ណឹងបាទណា
So far by like organizing the community member we can conduct like a seed festival for exchanging the local seed among each other, and when the new issue or problem happen we always come like come together to raise up the problem and try to find the solution to each other. Yes, maybe enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I have a lot of questions actually. It's interesting. I will get my privilege as the moderator ask first. So is it the practicing agroecology is the main income of the family in this area? That's simple. And the other is, could he manage to convince other young people coming back from working in the city, going back home to use the land like him? And if it's the number of people coming back from town growing in number, is that the natural resources land around the area could absorb the people who wanted to go back home? So that's my curiosity.
Microphone.
ចំពោះគ្រួសារខ្ញុំហ្នឹងគឺបានអនុវត្តកសកម្មបែបធម្មជាតិហ្នឹងចូល3ឆ្នាំហើយដែលយើងកែប្រែបានហ្នឹងហើយរាល់ថ្ងៃហ្នឹងគឺខ្ញុំពឹងផ្អែកទៅលើការធ្វើកសកម្មបែបធម្មជាតិទាំងដាំដំណាំបន្លែឬក៏ធ្វើស្រូវ
Like for my family this last 3 years we see a lot of like a benefit by practicing agroecology, so that we are improving the agroecology system both on like a home gardening, like growing vegetable for year round for selling, and then we improving our rice farming system.
ប៉ុន្តែបើចំពោះកសិករផ្សេងដូចជាសមាជិកដែលខ្ញុំបានចែកម្លែកហ្នឹងតើពួកគាត់មានការមានថាយល់ដឹងពីធម្មជាតិឬក៏គាត់ចង់ធ្វើបែបធម្មជាតិអានឹងបានគាត់បានដើរជាមួយយើងប៉ុន្តែបើគាត់អត់ទេយើងគ្រាន់តែបានពជ្រាបឬក៏បង្ហាញពីធម្មជាតិពីការកាត់បន្ថយចំណាយពីការមានហូបចុកគ្រប់គ្រាន់ពេញមួយឆ្នាំក្នុងគ្រួសារគាត់តែប៉ុណ្្នឹង
Like for other member and some family, by involving with the agroecology, it's just like a supplementary, livelihood alternative for them. Because when they are practicing, they are growing, they are raising the chicken, they just having like some vegetable or like improving the food for eating. But for some family who are committing, committing in promoting agroecology, we can see a lot of progressive for their livelihood. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. We can come back to the point later. We'll move to Knin from Kachin state. So the floor is yours. In here, we call it Jeep, no? It's easier. Hello.
အမသိင်္ဂီအမကိုပြောနေမှာ
Okay.
so မသိင်္ဂီမမဟုတ်မကလည်းရောက်သွားပြီ
ဟာညီမပါပွိုင်းတစ်ချက် share မလား
so like can we share the PowerPoint can we allow to share the PowerPoint please yeah, okay. So like the host has it is said that the host disable the participant screen sharing, so like one of the hosts have to able to share the screen. Okay, thank you.
မိုးလိုက်တာ so စမ်းနော်ညီမ
ဟုတ်ခဏလေးနော်မ ရပြီ
လိုရင်းမဖြစ်နေတော့မရဘူး
wait okay
so ဒီကျမတို့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံဖြစ်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံဖြစ်ပြီပဲမြန်မာတနိုင်ငံလုံးရဲ့အကြောင်းအရာကြီးပြောသွားလို့ရှင်တော့ကလုံးအချိန်နေမလောက်နိုင်ဘူးပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့အကြောင်းမြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာရှိရဲ့မြို့နယ်3မြို့နယ်ပေါ့နော်မြို့နယ်3မြို့နယ်မှာဖြစ်နေတဲ့ဒီ climate change ရဲ့ဒီ agroecological pathway ရဲ့အဲ့ဒါအကြောင်းပြီးတော့နာဂတ်မှာဘယ်လိုပုံစံနဲ့သွားနေလဲပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒါအကြောင်းလေးပြောမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဟုတ်
So like we are from Myanmar and we would like to present about the climate change related issues and exploring the ecological pathway toward the future of our food system. So basically in Myanmar we have a lot of things happening. So we will only talk about the 3 states because like if we talk about all the states, it will take a lot of time. So, like let us tell about the 3 states first.
Okay, so search မှာတော့ဒီကချင်ပြည်နယ်မှာဖြစ်နေတဲ့ဒီ environmental issue ပြောပြချင်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒါတော့ဒီကတော့ကချင်ပြည်နယ်မှာဘယ်လောက်ထိတောင်မှဆက်ရန်တရားတွေနဲ့အလုပ်လုပ်တယ်ဆိုတဲ့ဟာပေါ့နော်ဒီ360နဲ့360 degree လုံးရိုက်ပြထားပေါ့နော်ဟုတ်
So like you can see in the pictures it is basically the one of the state it's called the Phann and Township is in Kachin state where she live. So you can see in the pictures it is a lot of the machines on there. And then it have been said that the larger development projects has been displaced, and we have been seeing a lot of machine has been doing some kind of exploring the natural resource in that area.
ဟုတ်ဆိုတော့ဒီမှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်မြင်ရလိမ့်မယ်ပေါ့နော်ဆိုဒီမှာဆက်ရတဲ့အသုံးပြုရဲ့နိရှိပင်တွေမရှိဘူးဆိုတော့နိရှိပင်တွေမရှိတဲ့အတွက်စိုက်ပျိုးမြေလည်းမရှိတဲ့အတွက်ဒီရေအရင်းမြစ်တွေဆုံးရှုံးနေအောင်ဆိုတာလဲဒီပုံမျိုးမြင်တာနဲ့တိလိမ့်မယ်လို့ထင်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ဟုတ်
So like you can see in that pictures we can barely see the tree, right? So there is no trees, and where there is no tree there has no water resource, and also you can see the soil has been eroded too much. Seeing that pictures, so it's like a 360-degree view of the Phann, and not only that areas, all the other part of the Phann has been the same as this picture.
Okay, so နောက်တစ်ခုကကြတော့ဒီကချင်ပြည်နယ်မှာပဲဖြစ်နေတဲ့ဒီမပြောဆိုင်ခင်းပေါ့နော်ဒီမှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တော့အရင်ဆုံးမြင်ရမှာတော့ဒီplastic တွေအများကြီးစွန့်ပစ်ပစ္စည်းဖြစ်နေတာကိုမြင်ရလိမ့်မယ်ပေါ့နော်
The another problems we have been stated is the tissue banana plantations in the Kachin states. So you can see in the picture there are a lot of plastics around the banana trees.
Now slide ဆိုအဲ့မှာပေါ့နော်ဒီဧကပေါင်းမြောက်များစွာကိုစိုက်ပျိုးနေရဒီမြန်မာလူမျိုးတွေမဟုတ်ဘဲနဲ့ပေါ့နော်ဒီတရုတ်ပြည်တွေလာရောက်ပြီးတော့စိုက်ပျိုးတယ်မြန်မာတွေကကြတော့ဒီအလုပ်သမားတွေအနေနဲ့ပဲတွားရောက်လုပ်ကန်ရတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဟုတ်
So in the picture you can see there's a writing in the Chinese, right? So basically in that areas most of the managing level workers and managing level, and also even though the transport workers are from the China, and they have been doing some kind of manageable level in that areas, and they have been using a lot of large skills in that area.
အဲ့ဆိုအဲ့မှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လေဒီငပြောဆိုင်ခင်ကဧကတွေရချီပြီးတော့လုပ်တယ်ဆိုတော့လေအဲ့ဒီမှာဆိုရင်ဒီမတရားရေးသိမ်းအမြင့်သိမ်းခံရတာတွေကိုလည်းရှိရပေါ့နော်ပြီးတော့ဒီအကုန်လုံးကငပြောပဲဖြစ်သွားတယ်ဆိုတော့ဒီတစ်တော်ပြုံတီးမှုတွေလည်းအများကြီးပဲရှိရတစ်တော်ပြုံတီးမှုရဲ့နောက်ဆက်ကမှာဒီတောမှာနေရဒီဒိဋ္ဌာန်တွေအများကြီးပျောက်ကွယ်သွားတယ်အဲ့ဒါတွေလည်းရှိရပေါ့နော်
And also like in the banana plantations, they have been using hundreds of the acre, and so so it is obvious that there has been confiscations of the land in that areas, and due to the large amount of the productions, they have been like cutting all the trees, and it has been led to the deforestation in that area. And also the not have to say all the biodiversity on that area has been really lost due to that development protections.
Now slide မှာဆိုအဲ့လိုမျိုးဒီအပေါ်ကကချင်ပြည်နယ်မှာဖြစ်နေတဲ့အဲ့လိုအခြေအနေကြောင့်မို့လို့ပေါ့နော်ဒီလွန်ခဲ့တဲ့နှစ်ကစပြီးတော့ရေခမ်း6တာကြီးကျုံရတယ်ဒီတော့ပြုံးတိမ်မှုတွေဖြစ်လာတယ်ရာသီဥတုတွေမမှန်တော့ဘူးပေါ့နော်လူတွေရဲ့ကျန်းမာရေးလည်းထိခိုက်လာတယ်
due to the two matters we have been mentioned about, that have been having the consequences like dehydration of the groundwater, deforestation, and the climate change, especially the extreme weather. And also, like due to the chemical pesticides and chemical fertilizer, it has been really having the health problems of the local community. And also, like in that areas, only banana plantations and the mining projects is happening. So there's a really job limitation for the youth, and they have to implement to the larger city.
ပြီးတော့ဒီဆိုဒီအမကချင်ပြည်နယ်ရဲ့အဖြစ်အပျက်တွေပေါ့နော်ဆိုညီမလူငယ်တွေကပြောလိုက်အောင်မယ်နော်
Okay.
ဆိုအဲ့မှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒီ data မှာလုပ်ငန်းကြီးဒီလိုမျိုးအများကြီးလောက်ကင်တဲ့အတွက်ပေါ့နော်လူငယ်တွေအများစုကကြတော့အဲ့ data နှစ်ခုပဲရောက်နေကြရပေါ့နော်
due to the productions, as we mentioned about the banana plantation and also the mining areas, all the jobs are about that, and also have been a really serious job limitation for the youth, and they have to migrate to the larger city to get the job opportunity.
ဆန္ဒဟာတော့ကချင်ပြည်နယ်မှာပြောပြခဲ့တဲ့ဒီကဘာပေါ်ရဲ့ပြည့်စည်ရဲ့အကြောင်းအရာဖြစ်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒါကတော့ရှမ်းပြည်နယ်ကပေါ့နော်ရှမ်းပြည်နယ်မှာရှိရဲ့ဒီအင်းလေးကံမှာရေခမ်း6တာတွေပြီးအခါကျတော့ဒီသူ့ရဲ့ရွာငံမှာရှိရဲ့ရေထွက်ဒေတာတွေမှာရေတွေနေပါလာတွေအဲ့ဒါတွေကိုလိထားမိလာပြီပေါ့နော်လူတွေက
we have been mentioned about the Kachin state. Now let's move to the Chiang state. In the Chiang state, you can see in the pictures, Inle have the water resource. It's rich in water resource, and you can see in the pictures, the water scarcity and dehydration of water resource in that area. Not only in that area, but also in Yoowah too.
ဆိုအဲ့ဒီရှမ်းပြည်နယ်မှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လို့ရေအေးမြင့်ဆုံးရှုံးတာပြုံမှာစိုက်ပျိုးရေးဘက်မှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လေဒီလိုတမျိုးတည်းကြီးပဲစိုက်ပျိုးပြီးတော့မှဈေးကွက်ထဲကိုပို့ရအဆင်မပြေဘူးဆိုတဲ့အချိန်မှာဒီလိုမျိုးအခြေအနေတွေလည်းအများကြီးရှိရပေါ့နော်ဒီနေရာမှာတခြားတိနန္နာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အများကြီးအကျိုးရှိမယ်လို့ထင်နေပေါ့နော်
Okay, so like not only that kind of climate change related to the water scarcity, but also the problem related to the agriculture. In the Chiang state, they only produce monocrop. So like basically, all the main buyers are from the China. If the China start demanding the crops that have been all our local farmer has been doing with the last and tears be kind of waste. And you can see in the pictures, all the waste has been eaten by the cow. So it has been happening in the Chiang state because of the monocrop cultivation.
နောက်ခွင့်မှာဆိုတော့ဒါကြတော့အများနှစ်စီမွေးချိန်နေတဲ့ဒီပဲခူးတိုင်းရဲ့အနောက်ချမ်းပေါ့နော်နဲ့တလင်းမျိုးနဲ့မှာပေါ့နော်ဒါဆိုဒီနေ့မှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အခုလက်ရှိပေါ့နော်စိုက်ခင်းထဲမှာရေဝင်နေရရှိရပြီးတော့ဒီမျိုးမြေစည်းလောက်ထားနေမှာအထီတောင်မှရေဝင်ရောက်နေရရှိရပေါ့နော်မွေးချိန်အများများလာပေါ့
The pictures shown in the pictures are about the Bago northern part, we call it Nederling. And you can see the Nederling, like Nederling is really few in the rainfall, but due to the climate change, it's become heavy rainfall in that area. So water launching in the field.
ရညီမဆိုတော့ဒီမှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လည်းအဲ့ကျွတ်တွန်ကင်းကြီးထဲမှာရေဝင်နေတာပေါ့နော်ဒါလည်းဒီမြန်မာနိုင်ငံအလဲပိုင်းမှာပဲပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့အဲ့လိုမျိုးပြဿနာရှိရယ်
This is also in the middle part of the Myanmar. You can see this is the onion field, and the water launching has happening in that area. So it can be said due to the climate change and extreme weather, the paddy, not only the paddy but also the onion crops has been destroyed by the water damage.
ဆိုတော့ဒီအပေါ်ကနေပြောခဲ့မြန်မာဒီ၃မျိုးနယ်ပဲပြောလိုက်တယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့ပေါ့နော်ဒီရလူတွေလည်းဒီမြန်မာတနိုင်ငံလုံးမှာဒီလိုမျိုးဖြစ်နေကြရဲဆိုတဲ့ဟာယူခံမှန်းမိလိမ့်မယ်လို့တော့ထင်နေပေါ့နော်ဟုတ်
Even though we have been speaking about the 3 states of Myanmar, we can ensure that all the part of the Myanmar has been encountering the kind of similar problems.
ဟုတ်ဒါတွေအကုန်လုံးကကြတော့ဒီလူတွေရဲ့ပြောင်းလဲမှုတွေကြောင့်မို့ပေါ့နော်အဲ့လိုမျိုးဒီတဘာပေါင်းကျင်တွေပျက်စီးလာတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်မို့တွေပြီးတော့ site ပြည့်စနစ်တွေမာရွေးမှုကြောင့်မို့တွေဖြစ်တယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့လိုမျိုးကြောင့်မို့ထင်တယ်အဲ့ကြောင့်မို့လို့ဒီမှာကျတော့ဒီagroecological မှာဆိုလို့ရှင်ပါဒီအချက်တွေရှိတင်တယ်လို့ဒီမှာအနေနဲ့တော့ထင်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ဟုတ်
So like basically the problems she have been mentioning about are because of the climate change and also the wrong patternings of the agriculture. So as far as she concerned, the agroecological patterns should have the kind of principles as stated before.
ဟုတ်အဲ့မှာဆိုလို့ရှင်ဒီစပယ်တစ်ခုမှာဆိုလို့ရှင်ဒီဓာတ်ဆေးဝါးမသုံးရအောင်ပေါ့နော်ပြီးလို့ရှင်ကို data မှာရှိရဒီအရင်းမြစ်တွေကိုပဲသုံးပြရမယ်ပြီးတော့ဒီကိုရဲ့ကို site ပြိုးလိုက်တဲ့ဟာဒီကိုရဲ့ပတ်ဝန်းကျင်မှာစားသုံးသူတွေအတွက်လည်းအကျိုးရှိရမယ်ပေါ့နော်ဟုတ်
So as far as she concerned, she strongly believes what agroecology is. It do not depend on the chemical input and have been used the recycled and locally available resources and emphasize the recycled nutrition.
ဟုတ်ပြီးတော့လည်းဒီမျိုးဩဇာတွေဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လည်းကို data မှာရှိတဲ့ဟာတွေကို data မှာရှိတဲ့အရင်းမြစ်တွေကိုပဲယူပြီးတော့အသုံးပြုတာမျိုးပေါ့နော်အဲ့လိုမျိုးဟုတ်sorry နော်ဆက်ပြောမယ်နော်ပြီးရခါကျတော့ဒီလူတွေထင်ကြတာဒီ chemical နဲ့ပဲအထွက်တိုးလို့ထင်တယ်လीနော်ဆိုတော့ကို data မှာရှိတဲ့ကိုရဲ့ဒီမျိုးစာနဲ့လောက်တာလေဒီအထွက်တိုးရဆိုတဲ့ဟာမျိုးတွေပေါ့နော်အဲ့လိုမျိုးရှိရပြီးတော့ကိုရဲ့ data မှာရှိရကိုရဲ့ဒီဘိုးဘေးပေါက်ဆက်လည်းနဲ့ဒီပူတူတာနဲ့လည်းတယောညီထွေးစာအခုစိုက်ရမယ်ပေါ့နော်
So like she has been mentioning about like people has been knowing that the production is only affected when we use the chemical input in that area. So like what she believe is that not only the chemical input, what she believe is she have to use the local resource and use it efficiently to make the organic fertilizers on her own. And also she believe the local wisdom and local knowledge and the culture to able to put the kind of values in her agricultural farming.
ဟုတ်ဆိုတော့ဒီချက်တွေနဲ့အတူတူဒါတွေအကုန်လုံးသိသွားတဲ့အချိန်မှာပေါ့နော်ကို data မှာရှိရဒီအဖွဲ့အစည်းမြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာရှိရအဖွဲ့အစည်းအကုန်လုံးကလည်းဒီလှုပ်ဆောင်ချက်တွေလုပ်နေတယ်ပေါ့နော်
Yeah, in order to encounter the solutions, not only that, so like in order to encounter the solutions, what she has been doing it, not only her but also the young farmer in Myanmar has been doing is like empowering the CSO in the community.
data အဖွဲ့အစည်းတွေဒီလိုအကောင့်လည်းလောက်လာတယ်ပြီးတော့ဒီ organic fertilizer တွေအသုံးပြုဖို့လောက်လာတယ်ပြီးတော့ကို data မှာရှိအရင်းမြစ်တွေအသုံးပြုဖို့လုပ်နေရပြီးတော့ဒီlocal NGO တွေကနေပြီးတော့မှပတ်ဝန်းကျင်ကောင်းလာဖို့တက်လုပ်နေတဲ့အပိုင်းတွေလည်းရှိရပေါ့နော်လူထုတွေနဲ့အတူတူပေါင်းပြီးတော့မှလေအဲ့လိုအပိုင်းတွေလည်းရှိရဟုတ်
What the local farmer in Myanmar has been doing is that like advocating for the organic fertilizer by demonstrating themselves, by demonstrating how to do the local organic fertilizers on their own, and also like they have been shipping a movement from the organic fertilizer usage to the organic fertilizer, and also the local people have been planting trees, and also one thing is the local farmer in the Bago region has been distributed the local seed to the household. And also, moreover, they have been working together with the local NGO to strengthen the value of the environmental conservations and spreading the local eco-friendly culture practice among the local community. And after that, they have been resilient for the local community.
ဟုတ်ဆိုဒါအကုန်လုံးကကြတော့လက်ကဒီပေါ့နော် sorry နော်ခုချိန်မှာထိခိုင်းအဆင်မပြေဘူးထင်တယ်ညီမဒါအကုန်လုံးကကြောကိုတယောက်တည်းလှုပ်ဆောင်နေတာမျိုးမဟုတ်ဘဲနဲ့လေနော်အခုအဲ့အချက်တွေကကြတော့ကိုတယောက်တည်းလုံးနေရမှာကိုလည်းအဲ့ခင်မှာပါဝင်နေရနောက်ပြီးတော့ဒီတခြားတော့ဒီလူငယ်တွေပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒါတွေအကုန်လုံးကလည်းအဲ့လိုမျိုးအချက်တွေနဲ့အညီလှုပ်ဆောင်နေရပေါ့နော်ကိုတယောက်တည်းလုံးနေရမျိုးမဟုတ်ဘဲနဲ့လေ
What she has been talking about is that she said like not only her has been doing that kind of solution on her own, but also the local youth, especially the young farmer in Myanmar, has been doing that kind of similar situations.
So ဒီရောက်ဝိုင်းနော်ဆိုကျမအနေနဲ့ဒီလိုမျိုးလုပ်ခဲ့တာတွေကပေါ့နော်အများကြီးလုပ်ခဲ့တယ်ပြီးတော့အဖွဲ့အနေနဲ့လည်းဒီလိုပံ့ပိုးမှုတွေလုပ်ခဲ့တယ်အဲ့မှာဆိုဒီအညီလေးဝိုင်းပြထားတဲ့အချက်တွေကကိုယ့်အနေနဲ့ဖြည့်ဆည်းထားနိုင်ပြီလို့တော့ထင်တယ်ပေါ့နော်
Okay, so after looking at that, you have been seeing that picture, right? So like in that picture, we have been cycling the rice cycle. The rice cycle represents what she can do on her own and what she has been shaping the sustainable agriculture and food system.
အဲ့မှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒီကိုယ့်ရဲ့data မှာရှိရဲ့စိုက်ပျိုးနည်းစနစ်တွေရရှိတည်တံ့အောင်ပြီးအခါကျတော့ဒီရာသီဥတုတန်တွေခံနိုင်အောင်ပြီးတော့ဒီပြန်လဲအသုံးပြုလို့ရတဲ့အရာတွေပဲလုပ်ထားပေါ့နော်လုပ်ပြီးတော့အသုံးပြုရပေါ့နော်
So like when she said about the agroecological transition toward the sustainable agriculture and food system, she has been doing the to efficiency in her own community and also using the recycled things in the farming areas, and also they have been resilient in her own local community.
အခုချိန်နေဆိုအခုမှမြန်မာနိုင်ငံအခြေအနေကိုလည်းအကုန်လုံးကသိကြမယ်လို့ထင်နေပေါ့နော်ဒါပေမဲ့ကိုရီအနေနဲ့ကြတော့လေဒီဘက်မှာဒီ organic မျိုးစားရင်းနဲ့ပဲလုံးနေတယ်ဆိုတော့လေအဲ့အတွက်တည်ငြိမ်တဲ့ဒီစီးပွားရေးတစ်ခုကိုလည်းကိုအနေနဲ့ထိန်းသိမ်းထားနိုင်တယ်လို့ထင်နေပေါ့နော်ဒီမျိုးစားရေးစိတ်ကြီးနေတဲ့အချိန်မှာပေါ့နော်ဟုတ်
you know, like due to the political situation in Myanmar, the inflation rate of Burmese, the inflation rate in Myanmar has been really rising. So like the chemical import has been, it can be set a really high price, but what they do is to encounter that problem. They have been doing the organic fertilizers and start doing the social enterprise, especially in the mushroom, and they have been stabilized the stable price, and like they have been doing the secular and society economy.
ပြီးတော့ဒီတမျိုးနဲ့စိုက်တာမဟုတ်ပဲနဲ့အမျိုးမြည်တွေအများကြီးစိုက်တယ်ပြီးတော့ကိုယ့်ရဲ့တလေထုံးတန်းနေနဲ့အညီကိုယ့်ရဲ့လိုအပ်ချက်တွေကိုစိုက်ပျိုးတာမျိုးပေါ့နော်ပြီးတော့ဒီကိုကနေပြီးတော့မှပြန်ပြီးတော့ဒီစိုက်ပျိုးနည်းစနစ်တဲ့အသိပညာတွေကို share ပေးရမျိုးသူများ share ပြရမျိုးအဲ့လိုပုံစံမျိုးတွေရှိနေပြီလို့တော့ထင်တယ်ပေါ့နော်
And also we have been saying the problems related to the monoculture in the Chiang state, right? So they make sure to she and also the young farmer make sure to grow the multiple crops. It's like a diversity, and also like they have been using the local wisdom and the culture, and especially the food traditions in the community, and also they have been sharing the knowledge not only to each other but also to the local community, especially hand in hand. They have been sharing the knowledge in hand to the local community, like farmer to farmer, and they have been co-creating a space for the local farmer and sharing that knowledges.
ဆိုအဲ့မှာဆိုဒီ sustainable food system တွားနေတာတော့ကိုယ့်အနေနဲ့တော့လမ်းကြောင်းကနှစ်ခုရှိရပေါ့နော်ဟုတ်
So like for me my pathway toward the food system have two main parts.
ဆိုအဲ့မှာဒီ food system နဲ့တစ်ဆင့်ပြောဒီ agroecological အပြောင်းလဲကိုပေါ့နော်တွားနေရဆိုဒီ mushroom တွေကိုကိုတယောက်တည်းလောက်တာမျိုးမဟုတ်ဘဲနဲ့ကိုယ့်ရဲ့အသိပညာတွေကိုပြန်ပြီးတော့သူများတွေလည်းလောက်ကင်နိုင်အောင် share ပေးရမျိုးတွေရှိရပေါ့နော်ဟုတ်
So like the transition toward the agriculture for her is based on the food system, and because like she has been doing the mushroom farm on her own and it's become a social enterprise, right? So she has been supporting she has been simulating the local community to what with her. Yeah, so like yeah. Master Giloya.
so ဒီရရမှာရှိတဲ့အမျိုးသမီးတွေနဲ့ပေါင်းပြီးတော့လည်းဒီစိုက်ပျိုးရေးလုပ်တဲ့အပိုင်းမှာ local NGO နဲ့ပေါင်းပြီးတော့ဒီ music တွေပေးတာမျိုးတွေအဲ့လိုမျိုးတွေလည်းရှိရပေါ့နော်ပြီးတော့ဒီသူတို့ရဲ့ဒီအသိပညာရှိနေပြီးသား whole class နဲ့ဒီလိုစိုက်ပျိုးရဲဆိုတာရှိနေပြီးသားဟာကိုပြန်ပြီးတော့ပြည့်စုံသွားအောင်ပြန်ပြော
I think like the connection is not good, but like what she has been mentioned about it, she has been working together with the local community, and also there's they are mainly the local women, and also as far as she concerned, she has been working together with the local NGO and also the local community by distributing the local seed and also sharing the knowledge about based on the measure spawn protection.
ပြီးတော့ဒီလေဓမားရဲ့အချင်းချင်းသူတို့ရဲ့ဒီဟိုရောနီးပညာပြန်ယူတဲ့ဟာမျိုးတွေလည်းရှိရပေါ့နော်
and also like they have been like attaining the knowledge traditional knowledge from the local farmer by practicing the farmer to farmer learning and they have been strengthening that kind of strategy
ဒါအကုန်လုံးကတော့တစ်ဆက်တည်းလို့ဖြစ်မယ်လို့တော့ယုံကြည်ရပေါ့နော်ပြီးကြတော့လေကိုတယောက်ထဲလဲဒီထဲမှာထဲဝင်လုံးနေတယ်လို့ဒီဘက်မှာဒီရန်ဖန်မိုင်းတီတန်လုံးနေတဲ့အပိုင်းတွေလည်းရှိရပေါ့နော်အကုန်လုံးစုပေါင်းပြီးတော့ဒါအကုန်လုံးကိုအတူတူလုံးနေမြန်မာနိုင်ငံလူငယ်တစုတွေရန်ဖန်မှာတစုတွေအတူတူလုံးနေကြရလို့မြင်နေပေါ့နော်တကယ်လည်းလုံးနေကြရလို့လက်ခံနေပေါ့
Okay so like she has been mentioned that about the climate related issues and what she had been encountered to solve the problems. So not only her has been doing the kind of solution like empowering the doing with the local NGO and also like empowering the young women. Not only her, she has been representing Myanmar and because not only her but also the local farmer in Myanmar has been doing the similar situations and they have been working together to solve the problems.
ဟုတ်ရပြီအခုလိုမျိုးပေးပြောတဲ့အတွက်ပေါ့နော်အများကြီးကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်လို့
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Okay, I think we have it's a lot of interesting story, but we have so limited time. I'm sorry. I would like to open the floor now because I really want to listen to the comments or question or even another story to add on to the work of the young farmers in order to be part of the maintain our desired food system, sustainable food system. So the floor is yours, people. I saw a lot of familiar faces.
အခုလောလောဆယ်မှာ food system ကြောင့်လောက်သွားတဲ့ဟာတွေကိုအများကြီးတွေ့ရတာဝမ်းသာတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒီမှာဆိုလဲသူ similar သူတည့်ရညနာတွေအများကြီးတွေ့ရတယ်ဒီမှာ
Okay. Anyone would like to speak? Comments, question, or add on? Please. Nothing. Toto, I saw a lot of Thai participants here. Any? Otherwise, I will go on with my question. I saw a lot of faces with the youth going back home and they're doing quite well before that. I think there's been a lot of challenges to share. How could they pass through all the difficulties? Anyone? Okay. Then I would return my question to Knin a little bit because the picture that she saw in her slide, there's a lot of problems created by the big investment. But land participation, the big plantation causing a lot of health and kind of chemical contamination in the area. A lot of water scarcity, underground water has been losing. So a lot of issues, but coming at the counter, not really agencies can be countered. No? The thing that the youth group, the women's group, and the local communities try to do is to promote the agroecology small scale, and this is in order to maintain livelihood. And how it's how to say, facing the situation that is really difficult, and always competing with land and natural resources, how it's going, and how to say, are you doing well? Did you translate further the question? You get my question? And also, I think I would like to also open the floor to discuss about we believe we organize.
Sorry.
Kim, did you get my question? So how are you doing in confronting all situation that is big investment, land confiscation, but we try to do from local community, doing agroecology, small business.
သူတို့ပြောတာကြတော့ဒီညီမဒီအမျိုးသမီးကိုဘယ်လိုပါဝင်လာအောင်ဆွဲခေါ်ရလဲအဲ့လိုပုံစံနော်
မဟုတ်ဒီဒေတာမှာကအဲ့လိုမျိုးပေါ့နော်ဒီဒေတာမှာ mining project တွေ mega project တွေအများများတဲ့ကြောင့်မလို့စိုက်ပျိုးရေးဒီ contaminate ဖြစ်နေတာပေါ့နော်ဒီရေတွေကညနေရာတွေတွေ့ရတယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒီဟာကိုဘယ်လိုမျိုး encounter လုပ်တာလဲပေါ့နော်ပြီးတော့ဒီ social enterprise တွေလုပ်နေတဲ့ဟာဆိုတာလည်းတွေ့ရတယ်ဆိုတော့တွေ့ရတယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့လိုမျိုးတွေ့ရတဲ့ဟာအဲ့ဒီဟာတွေကိုအဲ့ဒီဟာနဲ့ဆက်ဆက်ဖို့ဘယ်လိုရှိရလဲပေါ့နော်နောက်တစ်ခုကကြတော့လူငယ်တွေအများကြီး migrate ဖြစ်သွားတယ်ဒီဟာတွေပဲလုပ်ဆရာရှိရလို့ပြောသွားတယ်လည်းရှိရပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒါနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့ဘယ်လိုမျိုးဆွေးနွေးခြင်းလဲဆိုတဲ့ဟာကိုမေးရမှာ
ဒီရေနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့ကြတော့ဒီရေတွေကအခုရှင်းရှင်းတာကတော့လေအဲ့လိုမျိုးဝယ်တောက်တာတွေအဲ့လိုမျိုးတွေတော့ပဲဖြစ်ဟိုပါနော်ညီမရေခမ်းတာကိုဒီတောက်ရေသုံးရေအဲ့လိုဖြစ်လာအောင်ဘယ်လိုမျိုးဖြစ်ရှင်းတာလဲအဲ့လိုပုံစံမျိုးလား
ဟုတ်အဓိကကျတော့ဒီ mega project တွေကြောင့်မလို့ကွာ contaminate ဖြစ်သွားတယ်ဆိုတာကြာရေကလုံးဝအဲ့လိုမျိုး
သုံးစားလို့မရတော့
ဖြစ်သွားတာပေါ့နော်အဲ့သုံးစားလို့မရတဲ့ဟာကိုမှအခုလောလောဆယ်စိုက်ပျိုးရေးတွေလုပ်နေဆိုတော့ဘယ်လိုမျိုးလုပ်တာလဲဆိုတဲ့ဟာကိုသိချင်တာပေါ့ဘယ်လို adapt လုပ်တာလဲဆိုတာသိချင်
အဲ့လိုမျိုးဆိုတဲ့အချိန်မှာအဲ့ data မှာပဲရေကညဉ့်ညမ်းပြီးတော့မှသုံးစရာရေမရှိစိုက်စရာမြေမရှိစိုက်ပျိုးလို့လည်းမရအဲ့လိုမျိုးဖြစ်တာပေါ့နော်အားကြောင့်မို့သူတို့ data ကြီးတစ်ခုလုံးအတွက်လိုအပ်တဲ့ဒီစားနပ်ရိက္ခာကိုကြတော့အမားလိုမျိုးမျိုးကနေရောမှပို့ရတာသူတို့မှာစိုက်ပျိုးလို့မရအောင်အဲ့လိုပုံစံရေဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လည်းဒီသူတို့နဲ့အနည်းဆုံးမျိုးကနေပြီးတော့ဝယ်တောက်တယ်အဲ့လိုပုံစံမျိုးညီမရေနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့ကြောက်
So basically, we have been discussing about it, the mega project that related to the impact, right? So that area is mainly in Phann, but she lived in another city. So at that city, they had to buy the pure water from the other areas, and also the food security for their food security, they have been buying the crops and also the basic need from the other areas. So she had been other part of the town has been supporting that areas because mainly they have been exploring the natural resource. They are basically rich, but they didn't have any things about the agriculture in that area. She has been saying that.
အဲ့ဒီနေရာမှာလေစိုက်ပျိုးမြေကောင်းလာမှာတော့ရေအင်းမြေပြန်ကောင်းလာမှာဆိုအမားတို့ထက်ဟိုးအရင်ဒီ NGO တွေလည်းအကုန်လုံးသွားတယ်ပေါ့နော်ပြီးတော့ဒီနေရာမှာတပည့်ဆိုင်ဖို့ပါဖို့သွားပေမဲ့လူတွေအကုန်လုံးကဒီစီးပွားရေးတစ်ခုလည်းပဲမြင်တော့လေအဲ့လိုမျိုးသူတို့သွားရောပြောလို့တော့မရအောင်အဲ့ဒါတော့အားနည်းချက်ဖြစ်မယ်ထင်တယ်
And also the weakness of that is like in Phann area people have been really focused on the economy, right? So we have the economic and also other people cannot invest than that to grow the trees or to grow the other crops because they mainly focus on the exploring all the natural resource and also about the economic.
ပြီးတော့ဒီစိုက်ပျိုးရေးပိုင်းမှာကြောလေစိုက်ပျိုးရေးပိုင်းမှာကြောလေဒီခုနပြောတာတွေကကိုယ်အနေနဲ့တော့ဒီရွာမှာနေပြီးတော့တခြားလူတွေနဲ့လက်တွဲပြီးလှုပ်ဆောင်နေပေါ့နော်ဒါကိုယ့်ရဲ့လှုပ်ဆောင်ချက်ပေါ့နော်ပြီးတော့နောက်တော့ကျတော့ဒီပြီးတော့ဒီမွားနေပြန်ဒီတီယိုရီကနေပြန်ပြီးတော့ဒီဘက်မှာ လူငယ်တစုကနေပြီးတော့ဒီ cafe လေးစပြီးတော့လုပ်နေတယ်ပြီးတော့အဲ့အခုမှဒီလိုစုလိုက်တဲ့လူတွေကလည်းအရင်ကလည်းနဲ့ကိုဒေတာအတီးတီးမှာလုံနေပြီးသားလူတွေပဲဖြစ်တယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့လိုလူတွေဒီနှစ်ပတ်ရှိပေါ့နော်စုပြီးတော့မှဘာတွေဆက်လုပ်ကြမလဲအဲ့လိုမျိုးအပိုင်းလေးဆွေးနွေးတဲ့ဟာလေးကိုပြောရပါတော့ဟုတ်
So like after her, sorry, after she came back from Thai, from the exchange programs, and she has been after not only after but also in before like she has been doing a lot of community development and in her local community. But after she has been coming back from the exchange learning, and what she has been like, and all the young farmer who has been returned from the exchange program has been gathering and they have been founding the youth cafe, and also that young farmers are also doing they are other part of the areas and they have been doing the community development in that community and they have been like gathering together to found the youth cafe. What is youth cafe ဆိုတာဘာအကြောင်းလေးဆိုပြောလိုက်နော်
ဒီစိုက်ပျိုးရေးအကြောင်းပဲညီမဒီစိုက်ပျိုးရေးဘယ်လိုမျိုးကို data မှာရှိရဲအဖြစ်ပြက်လေးတွေကိုဘယ်လိုမျိုးစိုက်ပျိုးရေးနေရာမှာအခက်ခဲရှိရဲအဲ့ဟာတွေကိုဘယ်လိုမျိုးဖြည့်ရှင်းကြမယ်ကြောင်းနဲ့ကြောင်းစိတ်ခွန်အားယူတဲ့အပိုင်းအမအနေနဲ့တော့အမထင်တယ်ဒီ cafe မှာပါတဲ့လူတွေအကုန်လုံးကလေဒီလွန်ခဲ့တဲ့2019အဲ့လောက်နဲ့စလုပ်ကြမယ်လို့ထင်တယ်အဲ့လိုနဲ့လုပ်ခဲ့ပြီးတော့မှအခက်ခဲမျိုးစုံဖြတ်ကျော်လာမှယနေ့ချိန်ထိတောင်းခံပြီးတော့ကြံခဲ့လူရလဲဆက်လုပ်သွားမယ်ဆိုတဲ့ပုံစံမျိုးနဲ့အမတွေ့ကြပါတော့အဲ့အခုမှဒီထိုင်းရပြန်သွားမှတွေ့ကြတယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့လေအဲ့မှာရှယ်လူတွေအကုန်လုံးကလွန်ခဲ့တဲ့9နှစ်6နှစ်လောက်ကလည်းလုံးနေပြီသားလူတွေကြီးပဲဟုတ်
So the participant in the youth cafe has been in the field of agriculture since 2019 and they have been resilient on their community by doing the agriculture projects. So like basically the youth cafe is for them discuss about the difficulty and also the challenge that they have been encountering in working for the agriculture as a youth. So basically a platform for them.
ဟုတ်အဲ့လောက်ဆိုတော့ဒီအဆင်ပြေမဲ့ထင်တယ်အခက်ခဲဘယ်လောက်ရှိလဲအခုချိန်ဒီဘလို့လာခဲ့ရလဲဆိုတော့မြင်မိမဲ့ထင်တယ်နော်အဲ့လိုဆိုအဆင်ပြေမဲ့ထင်တယ်
Okay. So like she is saying that since 2019 they has been struggling for the agriculture project that to empower the young farmer. So they have been doing since 2019 and they have been
မကောင်းတော့နဲ့
so you can clearly see that they have been really resilient on that farmer project.
Okay, I think we come to almost the end of the session. I still really want to hear something from few comments from the audiences. I think the main point that I would like to open for discussion is that is there any lesson learned from the audiences here to give an advice? Okay, art. Yeah, the point is the lesson learned. How could the young generation, young farmers survive going back home, producing or changing some landscape and building the livelihood from homeland? What the lesson learned? The floor is yours.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to thanks for our three speakers. That's really useful for the listeners, I think. And in my thought, I think the difficulty of the young people, especially for those who want to come back home and start something new, like organic agriculture or something like that, they have to face with many kind of limitation or problems from families and the people in the community, something like this. And I think, okay, when you can't find the good way to go and you can continue your activity on farms. And until now, I'd like to know more about what's kind of thing that makes you to survive in the farm in like how to say it's like in the farm, and what kind of things that support you to be like a farmer, and do you fit and do you success on organic farming so far? Yeah, this is my question for the speakers. Thank you very much.
To all speakers, no?
Yeah, if possible, if you still have time, but if not, just focus on the
Okay,
speaker from Thailand and Cambodia.
I think the first question would be a very precise, need a very precise answer. Do you have a tactic or trick like
Yeah.
that make you survive?
Yeah.
And what support have you got?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,ครับ. Who would like to share first? Jack, Phann, and also Knin. Okay, I saw the first Phann.
Okay, Cambodia, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
ខ្ញុំ
okay.
និយាយបន្តិចទេ
Okay.
ចំពោះខ្ញុំចំណុចខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់គឺខ្ញុំមានគំរូមួយប្រហែលជា 4-5 ឆ្នាំមុនខ្ញុំគិតថាអ្វីដែលអាចជួយឲ្យខ្ញុំបានទី1សុខភាពទី2យើងគិតថាទៅលើលុយដែរប៉ុន្តែយើងត្រូវមានធនធានឬក៏មានយើងនិយាយថាទ្រព្យមានទាំងសត្វចិញ្ចឹមឬក៏មានទាំងដំណាំដែលយើងគិតថាវាជួយបង្កើតលុយមកដល់យើង
Yeah, okay, listen. So start from the beginning. We like start making the plan for growing or practicing agroecology. First, we start to promote the like a home gardening and chicken raising. Second option, we expanding over like a how say like a raising cow, cattle in our farm in order to like a how say like create another job for the family.
ហើយក្នុងពេលហ្នឹងហើយដែលខ្ញុំគិតចាប់ដើមដាំដំណាំឈើធំប្រមូលជាលក្ខណៈឆ្នាំឬក៏រដូវហ្នឹងមានដំណាំបន្លែដែលប្រមូលជាប្រចាំហើយមានទាំងសត្វចិញ្ចឹមជាដូចជាគម្រោងទៅទៀតហ្នឹងមានជាតូចដូចជាចិញ្ចឹមក្តាមខ្យងតាមលក្ខណៈជាលក្ខណៈតូចដើម្បីយើងងាយស្រួលមិនបាច់ទៅថាឆ្ងាយយើងនៅនោះគ្រួសារយើងមាន
So agroecology planning is very important for like a farmer practice. After like we are like a growing vegetable and raising like a cow or chicken, and then he expand his farm by growing the like a fruit tree like mango and other kind of fruit tree that can how say like that can generate income annually, and at the same time under the set of tree they can grow like a various vegetable in order to be able to harvest it or sell it daily. Yeah.
ជាទៅគឺដូចថាមានបញ្ហាដូច COVID ចឹងយើងមានដំណាំនឹងអាចជួយបំពេញក្នុងការសេឃ្លានរបស់យើងនៅពេលមានការមិនអោយមានការចាក់ចែងឬក៏បងប្អូនដែលគាត់មកពីធ្វើការមកវិញគាត់មានពូជចឹងយើងកាត់បន្ថយនៅចំណាយមួយនៅពេលដែលមាន COVID នឹងដែរ
Like during the COVID situation, our family seem like doesn't care about earning food to eat because we have everything, and we are not just only like having our own food to eat, but also like our relatives who come from different province to stay with us. We also can feed them. This is like one of the success case that we are practicing agroecology. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think diversifying the source of income is one is key also, and good planning what to sell, what to eat, how to generate income all year round. Um, when you speak, it seems easy, but I know in practice, in reality, it's not very easy. It's also the question from, I would like to add on question so the speaker could respond both question, add question also that, and this come from chat, no? How we balance between the needs of commercial agricultural practices, meaning growing cash crop, for example, and agroecology. Do you think it is possible? Is it possible to mainstream more of alternative agricultural practice? Make it big. How it balancing between the cash crop and the agroecology. You understand? I think I would like to add a little bit. I think when people talking about agroecology, that's organic practices. I don't want to say agroecology because people term agroecology more these days. It doesn't mean that doing agroecology you didn't sell produce, right? You sell something that is more than you can consume, but also listening to Strat, he planned something. He think of something that he could sell to the market far away from the local community also to get income. Like some can be consumed within the neighboring village or in the village. So I think that I listened to from many speakers. Everyone think about what could be the cash crop, what could be the crops that can generate income for them. Okay, now the two set of questions. Please enjoy the speakers or any other person would like to share also with these 2 points. Third time. The special needs thinking
ก็ผม
successful
จะขออนุญาตจะแชร์ประสบการณ์นะครับคือถ้าผมมองว่าถ้าคนที่จะกลับบ้านเนี่ย
For people who want to return home
ผมว่ามัน
and do
ที่สำคัญกว่า
farming, I think
เทคนิค
most importantly, and most of all, what is
คิดว่า
more
การ
important
ปรับ
than
กระบวน
technique is
กระบวนทัศน์
the
ในการมองเป้าหมาย
paradigm shift in their life goal
เช่น
or what they want from their life. For example,
ถ้าเรามองว่า
if
คนที่ออกไปทำงาน
people think that people who work in the
เขา
cities,
ก็ต้องหาเงินเพื่อที่จะ
they have to find money to build a house, to find some time to earn money and buy all other necessity in their life, food, clothing, etc.
เขาก็ส่วนใหญ่ก็คือใช้เวลาไม่น้อยในการที่จะ
They spend a lot of time
บางคนก็อาจจะทั้ง
to find, like a house and other basic necessities.
วิกฤตต่าง
If they are in any crisis in their life, they would probably cannot do that, especially in a health crisis.
ทำไมคนเมื่อก่อนเขาก็ไม่ได้ออกไปไหนนะแต่ว่าเขาก็สร้าง
Why people live in the communities in the past
คือมีที่
and they can fulfill their life goal,
อาหาร
a house, food sources,
ที่จะเดินท่องเที่ยวมีแหล่งที่จะ
leisure,
มีเวลาที่จะอยู่กับ
time to spend with their family,
และก็
time to spend in their communities,
ผมคิดว่า
and
ถ้าเรามองสอง
be
แม้แต่
joyful in what they want to do in their life.
ถ้าเราสามารถทำตรงนี้ได้
So that requires a shift of
ทำงานหาเงิน
mindset from the people who work as a farmer in their area and the people who work as worker outside. If you can shift your paradigm, change your goal, what other people have, we will also have.
ช่วงเว
And
ลาของเรา
our time,
ว่ามัน
we have to remember that life has its own circle,
เวลา
of own cycle. One day you will be old
ในช่วง
and there will be limit of what you can do in each lifetime.
หรือว่า ความสุขกับตรงนี้ได้หาความภูมิใจกับตรงนี้ได้
If you are happy in what you are doing as like agroecology farmers, then it will make people return home. So when we talk about agroforest,
ยึดติดมาคือว่าเวลาคุณปลูกผักคุณก็ปลูกแต่ผัก
you need to disentangle yourself from single focus farming, like growing just like vegetables. And no, it's not only vegetables. There are animals, there are insects, there are varieties of species there. How can you observe how the nature work? For example, in natural forest, nobody do anything except animals. So why they are produced in the forest? And if you learn about the natures and you adapt it to your paddy, for example, you need like fishes species in the paddy field, what kind of species, and how can they help contribute? Like dragonfly can be eaten. It can help get rid of like the other pests. You grow something not for sale, but you grow something for certain insects so that they can grow and breed and help work in our farm. Therefore, it's rebalancing between human and nature. And we can work less, observe more, and let the natures do their own jobs, like having bees, insects, and also other insects to help with like pollination. It requires like a change of perspective.
Yes, I think it's clear. I think another question which no one addressing yet. Do you think is it possible to mainstream more of alternative agricultural practices? Can we make it big? Can we mainstreaming what we practicing agroecology, alternative agriculture? Asking the youth to help because the old people have been doing for many years. We still could not manage to mainstreaming it. Anyone would like to share the idea? How could we make this pattern of production become big and it's become solution of our livelihood and the earth? Big challenge for everyone here. I would like
ผมคิดว่ามันเป็นได้ครับ
I think it's possible, but it depends on the context whether the government really want to promote agroecologies. For example, when students study in schools, can the government provide education for this student to go back and be agriculturalists? I think organic farming is not monocrops, large-scale monocrop, but it is monocrop that requires a lot of people to work in different areas and require different diversities. Each village plant one or two things, and it requires a lot of diversity in the province. Using diversity resources in different areas, and that can help to change the food system and the market system. Why we have like morning or evening market or afternoon market without big corporation products. where people, like farmers bring their own product and sell it.
เพราะว่าผมคิดว่าประเด็นสำคัญว่าคนรุ่นใหม่มันถูกดึง
Because younger generations
เข้าไป
are
ระบบอุตสาหกรรม
manufacturers
เขาไม่ได้
in
มา
schools
ต่อ
to be
ให้
workers,
บ้านตรงนี้
not
เขาก็
in
สามารถ
the
ทำได้
agricultural
แบบนี้
system.
ได้แล้วก็
When
ขายแล้ว
young people are trained, they knows how to build a good food system that is sustainable and good for us human being and the earth.
Okay, Ka, if there's no other comment from the audiences, I would like to invite all the speakers to give a very brief 1 minute end speech for everyone, Ka, before we end the session. So who would like to start? Zach have finished his. Okay. Phann, Ubon, and Knin. Please, you have 1 minute each. พี่วันนี้
คือผมสรุปก็คือว่าจริงๆแล้วถ้าเวลาเราพูด
I
ถึง
think that when we talk about agroforest, we have to think about the small part of the system, like an individual, the family, the village, the sub-district or the township, and at the national level. There should be the mechanism that promote agroforests or agroecologies and provide the supporting environment for implementing agroforests or agroecologies. If we ignore just like one part of the system and we do not link the micro part to the macro part, then it cannot happen. We also need useful the policies.
มันน่าจะเป็นไปได้ก็คงจะมันก็คงจะ
But I think it's also very likely that we can make it happen,
อำนาจในการผลิตอาหารตลาด
especially to change the policy from policymakers.
มันไม่น่าจะเป็นทางรอดไปแล้วครับผม
Okay, Ka. Yes. We have to do it together. Convince them, eh? Okay, Knin, Ubon, Ka, and Phann. Please, you have the floor for 1 minute. Anyone would like to finish, taking end off?
Maybe Cambodian first.
Yep.
Okay តាមមក
ជាចំណុចមួយដែលខ្ញុំចង់បានហ្នឹងគឺមានការចែកម្លែករវាងកសិកម្មតាមបែបធម្មជាតិឬក៏សេដ្ឋបឋានហ្នឹងទាំងភូមិក្តីទាំងប្រទេសថៃក្តីទាំងកម្ពុជាក្តីហើយយើងចែកម្លែកនោះតាមរយៈការជាចងក្រងជាឯកសារផងជាវីដេអូផងសម្រាប់ដូចខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់ហ្នឹងយកមកដល់ចែកដល់សមាជិកសហគមន៍ឬក៏ក្នុងក្រុមនៅក្នុងភូមិខ្ញុំ
Like what I would like to say, like we wish that the program or the agroecology practice in the region like Cambodia, Thailand, Myanmar, like keep documenting the agroecology practice and then find the platform to share it among each other. So that like when he got the document from different countries, so that he will use that kind of document or material for strengthening or sharing this kind of knowledge and technique to his community member.
ហើយខណៈពេលនោះហើយដល់ពេលអញ្ចឹងមានដូចថាខាងប្រទេសថៃគាត់បានអនុវត្តខាងកសិកម្មបែបធម្មជាតិមុនអញ្ចឹងហើយពេលខ្ញុំទៅរៀនមកខ្ញុំបានបទពិសោធន៍ទាំងនឹងមកខ្ញុំបានអនុវត្តនៅមូលដ្ឋានខ្ញុំហើយធ្វើឲ្យខ្ញុំនឹងមានការរីកនៅការធ្វើកសិកម្មបែបធម្មជាតិនឹងធ្វើឲ្យប្រជាកសិករនៅក្នុងមូលដ្ឋានខ្ញុំនឹងប្រជាសហគមន៍ខ្ញុំនឹងគាត់មានការឃើញហើយនឹងពីគុណប្រយោជន៍នៃកសិកម្មបែបធម្មជាតិធ្វើឲ្យគាត់អាចងាកនឹងមកធ្វើកសិកម្មបែបធម្មជាតិទាំងអស់គ្នាហ្នឹងហើយធ្វើឲ្យថាភូមិយើងមានតែពូពេញដោយធម្មជាតិបាទអរគុណ
So as like I have learned the experience from Thai as the practicing agroecology more advanced than like Cambodian or other countries, so that I will bring this kind of knowledge for sharing among the community people, and people will be believe this kind of practice, so that they will expand more of practicing agroecology, so people will have a good food to eat, healthy. Thank you.
พี่อุบลยังอยู่ไหมคะ
အဲ့ဒါညီမဒီမှာပဲတစ်ချက်ပြောလိုက်မယ်နော်ရညီမပြောလို့ရပြီဒီတင်နန်းဒီတင်နန်းအခုကကြတော့လေဒီမှာလာရတဲ့အတွက်လည်းအများကြီးဝမ်းသာပေါ့နော်ဒီမှာတွေ့ရတယ်ဒီခုနကိုပြောရလို့ပဲ၃နိုင်ငံနဲ့တွေ့ရတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့၄နိုင်ငံကမ္ဘောဒီးယားရယ်ထိုင်းရယ်မြန်မာရယ်ဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒီနဲ့တွေ့ရတဲ့အတွက်လည်းဝမ်းသာတယ်ကိုအနေနဲ့လည်းစရှင်ခက်ခဲနဲ့တောင်မှဒီလိုမျိုးဖြစ်ချင်းလှုပ်လာခဲ့ပြီးပြီလေနော်ဘယ်သူမှမတိပဲနဲ့ဒီစိုက်ပျိုးရေးကြောင်းဆင်းပြီးလဲနဲ့တောင်မှဒီလိုလှုပ်လာခဲ့ပြီးပြီဆိုတော့အဲ့နီလန်ကလည်းမှန်နေတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့လာခဲ့ပြီဆိုတော့ဆက်သွားဖို့အတွက်လည်းလွယ်ကူမယ်လို့တော့ထင်တယ်အခုဆိုပို့ပြီးတော့မှအဲ့အထိပြောမလားညီမ
So I think we really appreciate to be invited, and also have been seeing the young farmer from Thai and Cambodia. She would like to make an award between them, and she has been doing the agriculture farming when she just graduated from the university. So she have been believed that she has been working the right way of the agriculture, and also she has been doing the agroecological farming within her own knowledge with the local wisdom. So she thinks she is right. She is working on the right path. Oh my, really?
ဒီအခုနောက်လဲဒီမှာရှိရလူတွေအကုန်လုံးနဲ့လေပို့ပြီးတော့မှခီးရအောင်သွားနိုင်မယ်ပေါ့အခုထက်ပို့ပြီးတော့အခုလုံးနေရတွေထက်ပို့ပြီးတော့မှသွားနိုင်မယ်အဲ့လိုမျိုးပို့ပြီးတော့ကောင်းလာအောင်လုပ်နိုင်မယ်အဲ့လိုထင်တယ်ညီမ
And then she strongly believe that she can now work with the other people, and she has been strengthening the knowledge with the local community, and she has been hoping to walk the same path and adding some kind of wisdom, advanced wisdom on that part. And she strongly believes that she can walk with that.
ဒီအခုဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒီထိုင်းကနေပြန်သွားတဲ့အချိန်မှာဒီအမမှာနည်းနည်းပိုပြီး strong ဖြစ်လာဒီလူငယ်ကဖေးလို့ပြောတဲ့ဟာလေးနော်အဲ့ဒါရှိလာတဲ့အတွက်ပိုအားတာလာတယ်အစတုန်းကဆိုရင်တော့ကိုတီတာမှာကိုတယောက်ပဲဒီ site တွေနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့လုပ်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒီပံပိုးမှုတွေအတူတူလုပ်လာတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့အခုကျတော့ဒီလူငယ်အဖွဲ့ကရှိနေတော့ကိုရီလူငယ်အချင်းချင်းပြောရဆိုရရလည်းအဆင်ပြေနီးပညာရေးမျှဝေရလည်းအဆင်ပြေရပြီးတော့ဒီလိုမျိုးတယောက်နဲ့တယောက်ဒီ data မျိုးရအစားအဲ့လိုဖလှယ်ရအရင်အဆင်ပြေရပေါ့နော်
So after she came back from the Thai exchange program, she has been as she has been mentioned about they have been forming a young farmer cave, the young cave right much. Young
cafe.
Young cafe. Young cafe. And also it has been strengthening the knowledge about how the local farmer in Myanmar has been interact and how they encounter the challenges and problems. So they will make sure to able to exchange their techniques and also their wisdom to each other. It will be a strong network to work with the agroecological farming in Myanmar.
Thank you. Okay. I have only I cannot summarize all this. I mean, I think we heard a lot of story, a lot of hope, success, and we will continue to this dialogue, this conversation to still stay connected. But what I got impression is that even the existing situation is quite hard. The challenges, a lot of challenges, and the future situation is even harder. we are heading to climate disaster, let's say. We are the corporate control over our food system and agriculture and natural resources is even stronger. The big project is still on the pipeline. We still facing a lot of problems. But what I got impressed by this session is we still have full of hope, and we believe that we are in the right direction. And I think with all young farmers and others, and also the senior people join hands together, I think we can make what we hope possible. We can make our food system more sustained and benefit to everyone. We can also still manage to maintain our natural resources in the region. We hope that. And we still continue our conversation and commenting. Thank you very much. Enjoy your lunch. And thank you for the host. I need to thank for Mel, right? We are going to do that every year. Thank you for Mel to provide our platform, and also thank you to the all speaker and the participant that pay attention and listening to us all through our session. Thank you very much.
เดี๋ยวพี่ยังอยากคุยต่อกับเขาที่อยู่ในนี้เชิญคนออกกันละโอเคทยอยออกขอบคุณครับ
เฮ้ยที่นี่ดีนะน่ามาทำแพลตฟอร์มออนไลน์กับที่นี่
ออนไลน์ได้มานั่งคุยมานั่งโน่นนี่นั่นมีกล้อง3-4 ตัวจับได้
ที่ไม่โอเคกับอันนี้หมายถึงว่า
เสียง
ไม่ใช่พี่ไม่สามารถคอนโทรลพี่เองไงคือประเด็นคือถ้าพี่ฟาซิลิเทตเนี้ยพี่ฟังภาษาอังกฤษtranslator มันไม่สนุกเท่าฟังภาษาไทยกับ participant
ใช่
ทีนี้พี่ต้องมีหน้าจอพี่เองที่พี่จะดูแชทพี่จะดูว่า participant เข้าออกยังไงเนี่ยคือถ้ามีอย่างนี้ได้เนี่ยพี่จะโอเคมากแต่ว่า